Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am so excited because we're going to be talking all about my project pan for 2025. I have a ton of products that I am trying to use up this year. We're going to do a full face using all of the products, so I'm very excited to share with you. I think it's nice to kind of do something like this so I can actually use up some of the older products in my collection and show you guys some of the older stuff that like isn't new and trending anymore. So I'm excited to share with you. This is a little sneak peek of the look that I did. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. So if that interests you, then be sure to keep on watching. Okay, so here's what we're working with. We have a lot of products in my project pan. I don't even know how many, I didn't count them. But I just went through my collection and just took products that, you know, are getting quite old in my collection, stuff that I have been really trying to use up but just haven't really dedicated to using up. So all of the products in this container are going to be my focus to use up this year. Obviously I will still be trying out new products this year as well. I'll definitely be buying stuff. I'm just not going to be buying as much, I feel like, as I did last year because I really want to use up stuff that I have in my collection. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off with brows. So I do have a couple brow gels that I'm trying to use up. We have the NYX brow glue, which this one is honestly about half gone, I would say. And then I also have the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow freeze. This one still has quite a bit left, but hopefully I can get through it. So today I'm gonna use the NYX brow glue because this one is my favorite of the two. This is probably my favorite drugstore brow gel that I've tried so far. I do have a couple new ones that I've gotten recently that I want to test out, so I might have a new favorite soon, but as of right now, this one is my favorite. I just find that it holds my brows the longest. Before I finish my brows, I want to hydrate my lips because they feel really dry right now. So one of the lip oils that I'm trying to use up is this one from Sigma. This has been in my collection for a while. It's the Renew lip oil in the shade Hush. This is my first Sigma lip oil, and honestly, I love the formula of this so much. So I would definitely want to get more of these. I have so many like lip balms, lip oils that I could include in this project pan, but honestly, I will go through a lot this year because I use lip products like a lot. So I just thought I would include one that I am currently using and trying to use up. So this one is kind of the one I'm focusing on. But yeah, that's how it looks. Super juicy, super glossy, and very hydrating. Okay, for brow pencils, I have two that I am trying to use up. Well, actually, one is technically a brow pen. This is the NYX brow tint pen in the shade Ash Brown, and then I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow definer in taupe. I think I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills one today because this one I haven't really used much, so I really want to use it because this is getting super old in my collection as well. I just never really reach for this one because I feel like the shade isn't my perfect shade. It's a little bit lighter than I would typically go for, and it's honestly not my favorite formula either, so I've kind of been neglecting it. But yeah, that's how it looks. It's a little bit too light for my brow hairs, I think, but I can make it work. Okay, we're gonna do my eyeshadow next. So I have an eye primer that I am trying to use up. It's from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a little like sample size. They actually, the ones that you can buy at Sephora, they are a little bit bigger than this one. This was just like a sample I got. But even this has lasted me quite a long time. I've already repurchased this because this one is almost gone and it's my favorite eye primer. So I'm going to use this to prime my lids. Okay, next for eyeshadow, I have three palettes that I dug out of my collection that are probably the oldest in my collection that I really want to focus on using this year. Not saying that I'm going to use them up because that's nearly impossible, I would say. I just want to focus on using them more and really getting, you know, my thoughts on them and see if I want to keep them in my collection. I know I like these palettes, but I just want to use them more to see if I think they're worth keeping in my collection because I am trying to just really downsize my eyeshadow palette collection. Even though I've done a declutter already, I feel like there's probably more I could still get rid of just because I don't reach for a ton of eyeshadow palettes. I have my favorites that I use all the time and then the rest kind of just sit. So that would include these three. Honestly, I don't reach for these three palettes hardly ever. So the first one I have is the Morphe 35XO palette. I've had this one for so long. I think I bought this when it first came out and I haven't really used it a ton. I think I used it a lot when I first got it because I didn't have a ton of eyeshadow palettes then, but since I've gotten, you know, more eyeshadow palettes in my collection and better formulas, I just don't really reach for this one anymore. Even though it has a really pretty color story, like I do love the mauves in here, I love the neutrals, it's just not my favorite formula anymore. So I really want to try using this one up, like not up, but using it as much as I can this year and just really decide if I think it's worth keeping around in my collection or not, because I don't really want to keep any big palettes like this anymore. I decluttered a bunch of big eyeshadow palettes in my last eyeshadow palette declutter. This was one of the few that I kept. Another one that I want to focus on is this one from Real Her. It's the Dreams So Big eyeshadow palette. I feel like nobody talks about this brand. Never heard anyone say anything about this palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm a long time ago, and honestly I keep it around for like travel because I do really like the color story. It's a nice small little palette with a mirror that I can, you know, bring with me if I travel, and I can get really pretty looks with it. So I've been keeping it around for pretty much that reason, but I don't think it's like one of my favorite palettes in my collection. I have hit pan on this shade here, which is some nice progress, but I don't really reach for a ton of the other shades. I feel like I usually just go in with this shade all over the crease, and sometimes I'll just leave it at that. But I really like this white shimmer shade in the palette. It is so like pigmented and bright, and I like it for the inner corner. So yeah, I really want to use this palette some more, see if I can maybe pan another shade in here. We'll see, but I want to keep this one around for now. But like I said, I will use these palettes a bunch and then I'll decide if I'm going to keep them or not. I feel like they may get decluttered, some of them, we'll see. And then the last one I have is the Lilac You A Lot palette from ColourPop. I really like this palette too. I like the formula, I like the colors, I love like these purpley mauvey tones. They're super pretty. The shimmers in here are stunning. So yeah, this is another really old palette in my collection. I've had this for years and years, so I need to reach for this one more. I would love to pan a shade in here, even if it's just one. I feel like that would be progress. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do an eyeshadow look. I think I'm gonna use maybe the Morphe one, or maybe I can mix and match and use like a shade from each palette. We'll see, but I'm gonna start with the Morphe, and I'm just gonna take a very easy transition color. These two shades here, this one called Hair Flip and this one called Body Language, those are my two most used shades just because they're really easy, simple, neutral, like transition color. I go for those a lot. I may use one of those, or I may do a more mauvey, like purpley look. I feel like if I go more mauvey purple, I could use some mattes in here and then use some of the shimmers from the ColourPop, since that is like a similar shade range. It has like a lot of purpley tones. So I think I'm gonna start with like a mauvey color. I'm gonna go in with this one here called Message Red, and I'm just gonna pop that in the crease. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with this shade here called Talk Feelings. It's a bit of a deeper mauve, and I'm just gonna place that underneath the other shade. Honestly, it's not that much deeper, so maybe I should have went in with a little bit of a darker shade too, but I think this will work. It still looks good. This is definitely more like pinky mauve than purple, but I think we can still use some of the ColourPop shades. I think I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop palette next for shimmers, just because I'm not a big fan of these Morphe shimmers. I feel like they are just a little flat for me. I like something a little bit more sparkly. So I'm gonna put this away for now and go in with the ColourPop because the shimmers in this palette are so pretty. So I think I'm gonna go in with, we're gonna go in with this shade here called Cloud. It's like a pinky purple shade. I'm just gonna take that on my finger and just pop that on top. Okay, yeah, that's really pretty. It's nice and sparkly. It's not as sparkly as some of my other shadows in my collection, but I still think for like the price of these palettes, like ColourPop does have a pretty good formula. So I like that, but I think I'm gonna add maybe even another shimmer, just kind of more in the center. I'm gonna go in with this Wake Me shade right here, and I'll just do a little bit just kind of in the center of my lid. Yeah, I think that's pretty. So we kind of have more of like a mauve-y base, and then I did purple shimmer, but I think it works. Like, it honestly, it looks pretty good together, so I like how that looks. I think I will come back to this palette after I have my base and everything done, and I will do the white shade that I love so much in here, and I'll do that in the inner corner so you guys can see how pretty it is. But I'm gonna leave that for now, and we're gonna move on to primer. So for primer, I have quite a few, because primer is something that I have a ton of and I really need to use up. If you guys saw my primer declutter, yeah, I have a lot. I think I kept like 40 or something, so I have so many. Some of them are getting close to empty, but yeah, I have a lot, so I really need to use these up. So starting off, we have the LYS Secure Skin Gripping Primer Serum. This one is about half gone, so that's good progress there. We have the Benefit Professional. This is just the original one. They have a few different ones in this line. This one I feel like is about half gone as well. I also have the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer, which I'm trying to use up because this one is extremely old. All of these are actually pretty old in my collection, so they need to go. I have this Dew of the Gods Tahitian Breakfast Dewy Collagen Primer. This is like a hydrating primer. This one is almost gone. Like, we're talking like there's like that much left. I also have this NYX Marshmallow Primer. This one's super old as well. I think there's maybe half left in this one. I can't really see, but if I had to guess, I would say probably half gone. And let me see, is that it? Oh no, I have one more. Well, actually two more technically. This is kind of a primer. I usually use this on its own though. This is the Maybelline Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. This one, as you can see, is almost gone. I love this. This is more for like no makeup days for me, but it is in my project pan because it's just something I feel like I'm close to using up, so I thought I would include it. And then the last primer I have is this Clarins Instant Smooth Perfecting Touch. I have had this one for so long as well, and it's actually a really underrated primer. I've never heard anyone talk about this, but it is such a nice smoothing primer. It doesn't have like a super silicone-y feel to it. It's very nice on the skin, so I love this one. Okay, so which one are we going to use? I might use a couple just because I have so many. I feel like I want to go in with the hydrating one first because my skin, I feel like it needs some extra hydration. So we're going to use the Dew of the Gods. And I really like this. Like, honestly, I didn't expect much from Dew of the Gods just because, like, they're not really a talked about brand that much. And you don't really hear much about their stuff. Like, I don't anyway. And I didn't even know that they had makeup. Like, I thought they only had, like, skincare, but I guess this is technically makeup. I don't know if they have any other makeup products, but I did get this in a BoxyCharm and I have really enjoyed it. It's like really nice. It's super hydrating. It smells really good. My makeup applies nicely over top of it. So yeah, this was definitely a win. Okay, and then on top of the hydrating primer, I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Clarins just to kind of smooth out some of my pores in like my T-zone area where I have a lot of pores, like right here. I like to do it on my nose as well, and then a little bit on my forehead. We'll just add that on top just to get a smoother look. For foundation, I actually only have one foundation that I'm including in my project pan because I feel like most of my foundations aren't super old because I do go, well, I don't really go through them that quickly, but I feel like this is the oldest one in my collection and this is the one that I need to use up before my other ones. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. This is one of my favorites from the drugstore. I don't know the shade that I have. I think it's 440, which as you will see is not my correct shade, but I still use it. It works okay when I have like a self tan, which I have a little bit of a tan on right now, but I think it's fading a little bit. So I will definitely like repurchase this one, but I will need to get it in a lighter shade. So I'm just gonna go in and use this foundation. This is such a nice like hydrating foundation. It always applies nicely. It wears really well on me as well. Yeah, as you can see, the shade, or I guess, I don't know if it really picks up on camera, but in my mirror, it's like it's pulling like way too yellow for me, or like way too warm. I typically get more of a neutral undertone. Okay, next up for contour, I do have 3 that I'm trying to use up. So we have the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wands. This is in the shade Light Medium. Now this isn't that old in my collection, but the reason I'm including it in my project pan is because the packaging actually broke. So I really want to try and use it up just in case it's not completely like sealed well and the product may expire faster. Now that I had to like literally tape the end on, this piece literally would get stuck in the lid, so I had to like tape it down because I didn't want to like throw it away. I was like, there's still a lot of product in here, I don't want to just toss it. I feel like that's wasteful, so I'll try and fix it, see if I can, and so far it works. It hasn't like dried out or anything. So yeah, that's why this one's in my project pan. And then I have 2 that are quite old in my collection. We have the Wet n Wild's makeup stick, and this is in the shade Where's Walnuts. And then we have the Rare Beauty contour stick in Happy Soul. So the Rare Beauty, we have this much left, and the Wet n Wild's, we have this much left. So both are close to being done. I don't know which one I want to use today. I feel like I usually go for the Rare Beauty just because this is my favorite of the 3. So I think we're gonna use this one today. It's just so creamy, blends like a dream. You guys will see how easily this blends. Like literally like 2 little swipes to the cheek and it's like blended out. It is like butter on the skin. This one is definitely like a warmer shade, so would technically be more of like a bronzer instead of a contour, because contour is typically more cool tone to create like that shadow look on the face, but I still use this kind of in the same way. I mean, it brings warmth to my face. It still does carve out like my cheekbones and stuff. So next, let's do concealer. I have 2 concealers that I am trying to go through. We have the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. This is in the pink shade. I think it's, yeah, 160. As you can see, it's like over half gone. And then we have the One Size. This is the, what is it called? Turn Up the Base Butter Silk Concealer in the shade Fair 3. This one is almost gone. I'm like almost scraping the tube on this one. So let me go in with this one because I have used this one on my channel before. And I'm feeling a pink under eye today. So let's go in with this. This is one of my favorite concealers and I will be repurchasing this when I run out. It just gives such a beautiful bright under eye and it blends like a dream. Like, look at that. And how bright does that look? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Oh, I just realized I forgot a bronzer. We also have this Tarte bronzer. This is the Breezy Cream bronzer. I've had this for a long time as well. This is another one that I need to use up. Especially since it's cream. I have made a decent dent in it though, but she's got a long way to go yet, so this is another one that I am focusing on using up. Okay, moving on to liquid blush. I have, or liquid and cream blush, because I have 1 liquid blush and 1 cream that I am really trying to use up. I feel like 1 has the potential to be used up this year because it is a mini, but the other one I'm like, ooh, there's a lot in here. So the first one is the Rare Beauty. It's the mini blush, soft pinch liquid blush. This is in the shade Hope. I actually emptied a mini one recently in a different shade, so I know it's doable, and I'm going to focus on this one because I have quite a few of their blushes, and that's like one of the oldest ones I have. And then we also have another Tarte product. This is the Breezy Cream blush in Pink Sky. This one I haven't even used that terribly much, but it is getting older. I'm like, I need to use this up, and I do like the formula of it. So I want to keep it. I could just declutter it, but honestly, the formula is nice on these. And I think, I'm not positive, but I think they might be getting discontinued just because when I look them up online, like they're hard to find. I think they have them on the Tarte website, but like they don't have them at Sephora anymore. And a lot of the times they're on sale, so I think they might be discontinuing them. So I do want to keep it for now because I won't be able to purchase these again probably. And I actually have a couple more shades in this one. I have like a berry and a peach, which will probably be going in my blush declutter. As you guys will see, I will be filming that sometime soon, hopefully. For today, I'm gonna go in with this one just because the Rare Beauty one, I'm like, I know I can use that one up before this one. This one really needs to get used. So let's go in with this. And this formula is really nice. Like I said, it blends easily. It's definitely, like, I would say more natural. Is that natural? I don't know. I mean, to me it is. It just has like the shade, I feel like, is a natural shade. Like, it looks like your skin is like flush. So I do have 2 setting powders that I need to use up. These are both very old in my collection. We have the Beauty Bakery Flower Setting Powder. Now this one is almost gone. So I have been doing some damage on this, but honestly, I do not like it. I think it's too drying on my skin. But am I gonna waste it? No. I'll probably use this up. I mean, it's probably only got like 2-3 uses left, so I feel like I can do it. I don't really like it on the under eyes, so I might just have to use another powder under the eyes and then go in with that one all over the face, because I just find it too drying under the eyes. And then I also have the Maybelline Fit Me. This is the Fair Light shade. This one, I would say about half gone. This one I really, really like. This is one of my favorites, especially from the drugstore. So which one do I want to use? Maybe I'll use both. I think I might use this one under the eyes, and then I will do the Beauty Bakery all over the face. So I'll just get a little bit of the Maybelline. We'll go in under the eyes. That looks really good. It's a nice like smoothing powder, honestly. Like, it does a really good job. I would honestly compare it to like the Huda Beauty. Like, this is a great drugstore alternative because it has a similar like finish, I would say. It blurs, it smooths. It looks really nice. So I really love this one. And then let's go in with the Beauty Bakery all over the face. Tap off the excess and just go in with a brush. Now that I went in with the powder, I feel like it muted my blush a little bit, so I do want to go in with a powder blush over top. Actually, I forgot another step. We have a powder bronzer. I want to do powder bronzer first before the blush. We have this little NARS Laguna bronzer. I actually have a full size of this as well, but I have this mini that I've had for a while, so I do want to try and use this one up first, or at least most of it, before I tap into the new one. This is a really nice, just like all over bronzer. It has a really nice tone to it, and it just looks really good on the skin. It gives you like that sun-kissed look. It does have like a tiny bit of shimmer in it, I think, but nothing crazy. Like, it's not overly glowy or anything. I just like to go in a little bit just to add a little bit more warmth to the skin. Okay, now we can get into powder blush. So I do have 3. We have the NARS. This is a mini. It's the O, I'll just say, because I don't want to say the name of it, but you guys know what I mean. This is it's like their iconic blush shade. So this one I've had for a long time. I want to use it up. I also have this Tarte, which is broken. Like, the packaging is broken, and I have hit pan on this one, so we do have progress. This is the shade Party. And then I also have the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. I think this is the oldest blush in my collection. I want to say I've had this for like 5 or so years now. Super, super old. Actually, it's probably been more than 5 years. It's probably been like 6 or 7. But it still works. Like, it honestly, it doesn't have like hard pan or anything. So like, I still use it. And I have not hit pan on this, surprisingly, because I feel like I bought so many blushes and I just kind of neglected this one after a while. But I do really love it. It's a really pretty blush. So I don't know which one to use. I feel like I want to use this one just because this is the oldest, and I really like how it looks on the cheeks. Like, it gives a really pretty glow. So let's go in with the Milani just to amp up the blush a little bit and add a nice glow. You guys see the glow? It's so pretty. Circling back to eyes now, let's do some mascara. So I do have 3 mascaras that I am trying to use up. I mean, mascaras is something that I go through a lot of because they do dry up pretty fast. So, I mean, all of these will easily be gone by the end of this year. Like, I'm not gonna have them that long. But these are the ones that I'm currently trying to use up. We have the Pat McGrath Dark Star Mascara, the Patrick Ta Major Volume Mascara, and then I also have the Giorgio Armani. This is the Eccentrico, if I'm saying that right, mascara. So I feel like all of these are on the brink of like being dried up, so I could pretty much get rid of them at any point in time now. But I'm just really trying to, I guess, push it. I don't know why. I have so many mascaras. It's like, girl, just let them go. But these are some of the ones that I've been using consistently, trying to not really empty, because I feel like I never really empty a mascara, but they are getting drier. I might use one on the top lashes and then one on the bottom lashes. I think I'm gonna go in, let's do the Pat McGrath on the top lashes. I'm just gonna go ahead and curl my lashes first. Okay, lashes are curled. Now let's go in with the Pat McGrath. This is how the wand looks. I actually really like this mascara. I don't know if it's just gonna focus for you. There you go. I actually like this mascara a lot. Like, it's a really nice, like, volumizing mascara. It makes my lashes look really good, so I have enjoyed this one. I don't know if I'd repurchase it though, because it's expensive. It's Pat McGrath, and I feel like I can get the same effect with like way more affordable mascaras, but I'm not mad at this mascara. It's really nice. Okay, this is how it looks with one coat. Looks so good. I will say it is starting to get a little bit clumpy though, so I feel like this one is on its way out. Like, I can notice it slightly clumping. I don't know. Does it look good? It looks a little clumpy now that I added more. I don't know. Maybe it is time to throw out, but we'll use it for this video, and then maybe I will honestly just toss it after this. I'm gonna use the Giorgio Armani mascara for the lower lashes, just because I like this thin, like, skinny wand. It just works well for the bottom lashes. Okay, now let's dip into this Real Her palette. I'm gonna take this white shade here. It's called Dream, and I'm just gonna apply that to my inner corner. As you guys will see, it is so pretty on the inner corner. Like, look at that. I love this shade. It's like my favorite. I'm surprised I haven't hit pan on it, honestly. I use it a lot at one point, and then I kind of stopped using it. So I feel like if I focus on this palette, I will easily hit pan on this, because this is so pretty on the inner corner. Like, look at that. Love it. All right, next, highlighter. I have two highlighters that I am trying to use up, and I've actually hit pan on both of them. So that's saying something, because I haven't even really been using highlighter as much as I used to, but I used these two like so much back in the day. We have the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter in Blossom Glow, and you can see I hit pan a little bit right there. And then the Becca, this is the Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal, and again, I have hit pan right there. So which one do I want to use today? I feel like I'm going to use the Wet n Wild. I'm just going to add a little bit to my cheeks, and this highlighter is like insanely blinding for how inexpensive it is. These are one of the best highlighters at the drugstore, hands down. Like, look at that. Oh my goodness. Add a little to my nose as well. Yeah, I love that. So pretty. Okay, next for lip products. I only have one lip liner that I'm really trying to use up, because this one is extremely old. It is the Gerard Cosmetics lip pencil in Underground, and honestly, since cool tone lip liners have become so trendy lately, it's like this is the perfect one to try and pan, because it's a beautiful cool tone. It's almost like gray. You guys will see, it's so pretty. So I don't even know why I stopped using this one. I kind of forgot about it, but let me go ahead and show you how it looks. It's so pretty. Cool tone lip liners are like my favorite right now, so this is just perfect. Like, look at that. That is so pretty. I would say that this is comparable to like the Makeup Forever Endless Cacao, that lip liner that's like super popular. It honestly has a very similar undertone. I actually have that one as well, but this is so pretty. I love this one, and I'm excited to use it a lot and try and use it up. And then For lipsticks, we have quite a few as well. I have 2 bullet lipsticks that are getting quite old in my collection. This one is actually discontinued. It's from Essence. It is this is Nude lipstick in 05 Legendary. This is how it looks. It is more of a cool tone. We'll just do a swatch so you can see the shades. So there's that one here. I don't know, I don't love this one as much anymore. I prefer more of a lighter nude, like a more pale nude, so I don't reach for that one a ton. Then we also have this Milani Color Fetish lipstick in Tease. This one, again, is a little bit darker, but I do like this one more than I like this one, I think. So those are those 2 there. And then for liquid lipsticks, I have quite a few because I used to be like a liquid lipstick hoarder. So I have quite a few. I've gotten rid of a ton, but I do have a few still in my collection that are actually shades that I love. So I'm not going to declutter them. I'm going to try and use them up. So we have this Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick in Caramello. This is one of my favorite liquid lipstick shades like of all time. Honestly, it's so pretty. It's a very cool tone and it's a lighter nude. Like, it doesn't look that light, I guess, compared to these 2, but on the lips it looks so freaking pretty. Then we also have the Jaclyn Cosmetics. This one is no longer a brand. Like, this is discontinued because the brand closed down, but I really love this shade. It's in Hope, which is like a very pale pink. So that's it there. Super pretty. Honestly, this formula isn't my favorite though, but I do want to use up this shade. And then I also have 3 from Ofra Cosmetics, which I love this formula. I feel like they're so underrated. Nobody talks about them, but this formula is amazing and I've had these for quite a long time now, so I really need to use them up. I have 3 shades. This one is Nude Potion. This is my favorite one. We have Manila, which is a bit of a deeper nude, and then this is Sao Paulo. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I have no idea how to pronounce this, but this is more of a warmer nude. All 3 of these are beautiful. I think I'm gonna go in with the Stila because I haven't used this one in a minute, so let's go in with this one. Oh my gosh, that is so gorgeous. And with this lip liner, it actually is really nice. Like, I like this combo. Like, look at that. Obsessed. Also, I just thought I would show you because I forgot how much of the bullet lipsticks I have left, which, as you can see, a lot. I haven't used these a ton, so I definitely have a lot of work to do using these 2 up. Okay, for gloss, I have 2 that I am trying to go through. I could probably add even more because I have a lot of gloss that is getting a bit older in my collection, but these 2 I feel like are very old. So we have the Fenty, this is the Gloss Bomb in Sweet Mouth, and then we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills in Tasty. Let's use this one today because it is like a pale shade. Oh yeah, that is very pale. I love it. And this formula is nice. It has like a vanilla cake kind of scent to it. Yeah, I love that. That lip combo is a slay. Like, I would wear this every day. And the gloss isn't sticky either. Like, I really enjoy that formula. The Fenty gloss I've had for so long, and I don't even know how much is left. Let's see. I feel like it's maybe half full, or it's about here, it looks like. So I definitely have some damage to do on this one as well. All right, and then lastly, for setting spray, I do have 4 setting sprays that I am trying to use up. Actually, 2 of them are almost gone, so these 2 will probably be in an empties soon. We have the Tarte Shape Tape Stay Spray. Like, this one I can feel is like maybe has a quarter left. We also have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, and as you can see, it has a very little amount left. We have the Smashbox Photo Finish Setting Spray. This one feels like it's about half. And then lastly, we have the MAC Fix Plus, and that one is just over half. For today, I'm gonna go in with the MAC just because I feel like this one has the most left in it. Let that dry. All right, this is how we're looking. Everything looks so good. It came out amazing. I love this makeup look. So I'm excited to use up all these products because honestly, they're all pretty dang good. So it's gonna make my project pan easy. Hopefully I can empty most of this stuff by the end of the year. And if it's not emptied, some of it may just get tossed just because of the age. I mean, I feel like a lot of it is just getting super old. So it may need to go if it doesn't get emptied. I mean, the eyeshadow palettes aside, because those are not gonna get emptied obviously, but everything else, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I can easily use up. So I'm excited to continue this project pan journey through 2025. I can definitely do an update maybe at the end of the year or something. We'll see, because I may just like put these products in my empties as they get emptied, or I could save them and do like an update at the end of the year to show you guys what I actually used up. You guys let me know what you think. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.